G'day mates. Today been cleaning up the garage and thought why not get the fairings or the covers back on the Majesty, so we'll go through that in this video. Really not too much to it. This is the, I guess you'd say the driver's side or the right hand side, so if I'm sitting on the bike looking forward, this is the right hand side. That's the left hand side. So this is the rear part of it here. And then this is the very rear part that actually sits on the very back of the bike. You can see that they're quite rough. So what I'll do when I put them onto the bike is just see how they actually sit with all of the tabs and everything now. There was, I think on one of them, this one, there's a little screw hole where they'd screwed into the actual plastics on the bike as well. Just because over time they warp, they don't sit right. The bike's obviously been dropped at least once, probably more than once. So I'll see how it all fits up and then we'll try and get everything back on just so it can start to look like a real scooter again. We're on the left-hand side of the bike at the moment. That's where we're going to have a bolt that'll go through into the frame. So since it's been so long, I've just laid it out like this to follow along and see what's happening. It looks like what we've got is a screw point here, bolt that'll go onto the frame. And then if we follow along, there's all these little clip points where obviously these clips should be sitting into, and then it'll come up to the back. Does look like as well, I'll probably take this off. I don't really want this stuff on here because I want to see how it will fit without any kind of mounts and weird things that they put on the bike. We'll take that double-sided tape off and we'll fit it all up and we'll just see how it sits. Where I've taken those bits of tape off, there's a bit of residue left behind. Going to try out this stuff, glue and stain remover, see if that'll knock that off there. Well, it did the job. I did need to get out a blade, just one of these, to get it off a little bit easier, but it certainly did get the last bit of the residue off there, so it seems to have worked. What I'll now do is just test fit up this panel so we can know where it's going to sit the whole way along. Hopefully it'll sit well, we'll find out. Test fitted in now. There's no screw or bolt or anything in at the moment. Then when we pop up along here, there's actually no tabs to lock into these parts. So I'll probably do the same thing that they had before, just put some double-sided tape along the back of this to hold it into place up here, because clearly those little tabs are never coming back. That should then hold it into place along the back, and then we'll get a little bit more structure. We can see even here, there's actually a screw that can go into the back that should keep a little bit of structure holding this along here, along this part of it. And then we can fit the other side off as well. Taking a quick look at the other side, seems to have the same problem. There's one tab left, which is better than 0 tabs. So we might end up having to do the same thing. I can't actually remember if they did that on this side as well. No, so there's nothing on this side to actually hold it on. We might have to do the double-sided tape trick on this side to hold it on. Figured while we're here, better have a look in the oil. Put the dipstick in and just see where we're at. Yeah, it seems like there's enough in there, should be right. This one's fitted up now, just test fitted. There is a few gaps along here because the tabs don't go the whole way along. It was actually easier to start up this side, even though there's no tabs here, and then slide it forward, and that can then get everything into place the whole way down. Now that I've got that fitted up, I'll see which screws and things I need to put into it to hold it, and whether we're going to use some double-sided tape behind this, like I said, and then see where we can hold the back part of it on as well. I believe that we can put a screw into this to hold it into place, and then that back cover, I think, only goes through the bottom here. I don't think it actually has a screw that goes into the top. It's only the clips that are on the side, which most of them seemed intact. That way we can put this in the screw or bolt that goes through down here, put everything along the top, and then get everything back onto it. Let's take a quick look at the rear part. So we do have the screws that go through the bottom into those little latches, and then we do have the clips, which all surprisingly, that one looks a bit bent, but they're pretty much intact. And yeah, there is no actual screw or anything that has to go through other than at the bottom. So what that means is on the back, when I get everything, including the tape, into place and make sure I've got the right screw for this, we should be able to have that actually screwed in along the top, because all we're screwing this part into is this bottom base piece here. So that'll hold that in, keep it in place. We'll have the tape in here that'll keep that in place. Put all the screws and things and bolts that I can find, which will be the next challenge, back in. And then it'll be even more closer step to having it back on the road. I was just looking through the screws and bolts that came out from ages ago when I took this apart. There's a few that I just think are, yeah, like they've got nothing to do with this, so I'll get rid of those. But a few I think have just sort of ended up in the bike that don't necessarily belong to it. One of the things I did notice was the bolt that goes into the frame here. I've got a CRF 450, I think it's CRF 450, or CRF Pro Pack from 2000 to current. There's so many different bolts in here that I've used over the years for many different things. I've found this little Allen key one, which conveniently fits the thread quite well. And also conveniently, if we have a look at this, get it to the right spot, will actually sit in that cavity pretty good. So as long as we've got enough length on it, that'll work pretty well there. For this, I think it's quite odd. You've got these clips, but there's no thread on the back at all. Or maybe there was a thread once upon a time. So I'll probably use one of these to go through, even though it's not a metal screw, it's a plastic one, to hold it in. And then at the back, we've got another one of those screws. So I've just got to kind of figure out which screws and things are going to go where, and then we should be able to get it back on. I am going to double-sided tape along this so that when I press fit it back up, we can take the actual red part off the tape and then press it into here to hold it on. And then we should be able to get it all back to where it should need to be. For the double-sided tape, this is what we've got here, clear mounting tape. Works with basically everything. And I've just put a little trim of it here and a little trim of it back here, because the back side of this, I'll jump up, show everyone. You really don't have a lot for it to hold on to because it's not flat along the back side of it. So realistically, this is more just to actually give it a bit of sort of strength along the top here, and then we'll screw into the back to hold it all on. This side's all fitted up now, screws in the back. Probably will need to put these little holding screws back in just to keep the fairings on. Still haven't put this one in because I need to find which one goes there. Yeah, it's holding okay, I guess. In the grand scheme of things. It's starting to look like it's back together just about. Now for this side, because we still have that clip at the top, there's no clips along the back, but once we actually put the screw at the back here, it's going to hold relatively good. I'm not going to be too concerned with double siding this one on. It should be held pretty well by this screw once I put it in. Screw's in now, so I can push it, I can move it up and down, it's not coming off. The CRF bolt has come in quite handy, worked really well. Still need to put the screw in here, put the back part of it on, get it all set up properly, and then that's as good as it's going to get, I think, just because everything's broken. But anyway, good to see it back on the bike. Before I try and throw the rear bit on, you've got two bits that are at the back here. They slot in under the brake light. Now for the tabs, basically they do go in sideways. So through these slots, they're going to come in sideways to actually lock in. And then underneath, you've got where the screw will come through and actually fix it all off. The hardest thing I think is going to be getting these fitted back in. So I'll try and do that now. The other side wasn't as hard as I thought, because basically what we're trying to do, this one's going to be a little bit tighter, but we'll pull it forward. And you can see the clips that are in here, they will actually just sit in these grooves. So as long as you can position it properly, we should be able to get to a point, might have to even pull off the other side to do it a bit more evenly, it'll sit into those and lock in. So it's not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Let's have a look at it all. So as long as you've got a coarse threaded screw, those little latches work fine. I'm not sure what you call them, the clips. I do have the long Phillips head screws coming back in just to hold this into place. Up along here, we know we've got the double-sided tape behind it. The clips mostly went in on this side. There was one that was broken. Kind of can't see it in the video, but there's a bit of a sort of ledge on here. But you can see it's not coming off. So the back part here, it's pretty solid the whole way around. Other side, we've done the same thing. Screw, screw, coarse screw, that Allen key bolt that goes into the frame. Same thing again. It's not, you know, that's solid in there. It's not going to pop off. Well, that's all back on. What I'll do now is take, that looks pretty easy to take off, use that same goose stuff before, get rid of that. And we'll put that mat back on. It did not have the mat for the other side. I believe they're about $90 to replace, so I may get around to that at some point. But now it's almost looking like a scooter again. To end the video, let's just have a quick walk around, see what's going on. It's well scratched up, but for 250 bucks when I bought it, not much you can ask for. Go along the side, around the back. Hopefully have a number plate there soon. The guards on this side. Yeah, so it certainly doesn't look the best, but should be a good bit of fun.